Good morning. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you the eye of vanity. One of the best or most beautiful bird in the world is the peacock. The male peacock uses his appearance to attract the female peacock. And when the female peacock behold the male, yes, she is attracted to the male peacock, not realizing that it has no benefit for her. Well, what is the Bible telling us about beholding? It says in Psalms 119, verse 37, "Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in the way." Well, what is the vanity? Vanity, something that is vain, empty, or valueless, according to the Merriam Dictionary. So it simply means like nothingness, valueless. And why is the Bible telling us not to behold vanity? Well, let us see. It says here, "But we all with open face, beholding as in a glass of the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image." From the spirit of prophecy, "By beholding him, I shall be changed into his image." Well, friends, if you behold something, it will affect your character. You will get something from the one you beholding. For example, if you are going to behold Jesus Christ, you will have or you can reflect his character. But if you will behold vanity, nothingness of this world, you will have also the same character, the eye of vanity. Well, friends, what is the eye of vanity? Why eye of vanity simply means like you look at Jesus as a lesser object of your life, and you starting looking the things of this world that has more value for you. That is the eye of vanity. Well, friends, let's go to the Bible. Did you know that in Ecclesiastes, all in the Bible, the book of Ecclesiastes tells us more about vanity. It mentions on that book 31 times. And do you remember who is the author of the book of Ecclesiastes? Yes, the King Solomon. Friends, think about this for a while. If there is a person live in this world, like who has the right to define this world as vanity, it should be no other than Solomon. Because he had it all: the fame, the glory, the name, the knowledge, the riches, and the wealth. But in his final words, he still says on the Ecclesiastes 12, verse 6 to 8, it says there, I will reading from New King James Version, "Remember your Creator before the silver cord is loose, or the golden bowl is broken, or the pitcher shattered at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the well. Then the dust will return to the earth as it was, and the spirit will return to God who gave it. Vanity of vanities," says the preacher. All is vanity. See? All of these things the world is longing for right now. But the person who attained all this realizes in the end, in the last chapter of his book, that all these things is vanity. You know, friends, outside this room, the world will tell you or ask you, why you choose to become a missionary? Why you choose to become a PAFCO? Why you choose to quit your job? Friends, the world will ask you that because they have the eye of vanity. The Lord is appealing for you today. Jesus says on the last verse, "For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" If this is your prayer that you are telling God today, "Lord, take my eyes from beholding vanity and start to have the eye for eternity." If you have the person, can you show us by standing? Standing with me? Again, thank you so much, and God bless everyone.